Good morning. This is a head, heart, and hand work. I haven't posted in a while, mostly because I've been working on the same thing like over and over and over. And the only thing I really have to show is the fact that I have been buying a fuck ton of stuff. And that's the best way to put it. Because honestly, that's what it is. I have been buying an incredible amount of stuff and rebuilding up my stash, which is kind of fun. But I think it's also kind of boring to show off stuff you've bought. Anyways, let me show you the one thing I've really been up to the last couple of weeks. Okay, so I have been pretty diligently for the last few weeks working on Autumn Lane's Dark Queen of the Earth sampler. I'm still on part 3. I was hoping to get it done. Did I? No, but I did get that done. I wasn't too sure when I was getting to the tail. It's like, I don't know about these colors. But now that they're all together on the fabric, I think they're pretty awesome. I'm almost done with this section of her dress. Maybe another couple hours worth of work, but I've moved on in my rotation. I do a rotation so that everything gets worked on. So there's that. And then let me show you where I am on the mermaid. So starting on the 9th, I started my next item in my rotation, which is the mermaid. I know this is backwards, but the section I'm working on is pretty freaking boring. But it makes great for mindless TV watching. So all I'm doing right now is putting in this. It's using 3 strands of Cherry Hill, I think. Hang on. It's Cherry something from Sampler Threads, and 1 strand of acrylic, so it's 4 strands together, and I think it looks pretty cool. And it's just 10th stitch every other row, so it fills it in, but it's not doing the whole thing. I really like the sparkly. I really like the way that it changes look and texture as I stitch it. It's not this uniform background. Let's see, I also started a new pair of socks because I'm always knitting socks. I have a sock bag that always lives in my purse so that I always have something to knit on. So this is where I am. I flew to Vegas this last weekend. Yay, Vegas! And did all of the color to the foot on the flight down. Now, I didn't get to work on it too much. I think that was the only thing I did. I did show it off because, you know, there was people there who were like, ooh, what are you knitting? So I got showed off. This colorway, hey, let me get the tag. What did I do? Okay, this is from Rose Hill Yarns. I know it's reversed. I'm too lazy to turn it around. And this is called Jingle Balls. It was actually a Grocery Girls kit from a few years ago. Love it. It also came with the 2 minis. So it was a full skein of fingering and 2 minis. The one was the blue. The other one's a matching purple. I'm going to do the toes in the blue, the purple for the heels. And then for the next for the next sock, I will likely reverse it, because why make identical socks? That's boring. So let's see. I've been working on those 2 things pretty much exclusively. Oh, but I did start something new. Hold on. So Michelle over at Bendy Stitches on the Tube of You suggested that, thought about, let's start a sal on November 1st. And it's Byron Blackbird by the Artsy Housewife. I know you couldn't see very much, but I worked on it some. I went to the first Thursday stitch group at Acorns and Threads, and I got that done. I am loving this stitch. I'm loving the colors I picked. Instead of pulling the threads from the list, I just pulled from stash, because I have a very extensive stash, and I thought Byron Blackbird, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can. This is an opalescent. The color is gorgeous. The threads are popping. I had to buy one because I didn't like the color that it wasn't working with the fabric. So I had to pull it out and find something new. And the joy of taking work with you to Acorns and Threads is the threads are there. You can just look for stuff. Okay, so I was thinking I wasn't going to show everything that I've been buying lately, but I did want to show one thing. Okay, again, I've been watching Michelle over at Bendy Stitches on the Tube of You. I met her at the Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit back in September. she's a very lovely woman. I adore her. She's wonderful. And she's also very creative. She does designing. She stitches an amazing lots of things. And she's also one heck of an enabler, right? She shows all sorts of cool things. So one day she was showing this fabric from a company called, I know it's backwards, Mislaid Pages. And the back kind of gives you a clue. I have not seen stitching fabric like this. This is this gorgeous. Hang on. And they come in all sorts of different cuts. Aida, Joblin, linen, Lugana, or opal, from 14 count to 40 count. But check this out. Look how pretty this is. I mean, come on. What? This is crazy pretty. So yeah, I spent some more money because I have never seen stitching fabric like this. So this was a 14 by 14. This is what they call their fat eighth. I love the names. This one's called Gluttony. This is a 40 count linen. Check this out. Look how beautiful this is. So yeah, their fabric is beautiful. So yeah, this one is called Awakening. It's a 32 count. I thought this is so pretty. It's a very peachy but orangey. I thought some really cool, like some Halloween littles would be really nice on this. This one is called Velvet Crush. This is 40 count linen. This one's just right up my alley. Check this out. Isn't that gorgeous? Check that out. Oh, I do not know what I want to stitch on this. This might be pretty for like one of the Dark Queens. I don't know. I'll find something. I might even do something like a Quaker, like a mono Quaker. Just pick a really cool single color, unhand dyed silk and just stitch a Quaker, or just stitch something monochrome, because I always think that looks really cool. Even as a knitter, I either do really crazy yarn and a really plain pattern, or I do a crazy pattern with plain yarn. I want the one thing to be highlighted. I think when you do crazy colors with a crazy pattern, something gets lost. And even this actually worked out okay. I'd actually planned, I bought a plain to do a band to do the lace in plain, but I totally forgot I was going to do that and just knit it anyways. And I went, oh yeah, I was going to do this different yarn, but it actually worked out okay. Okay, so this one is called Wrath. I think it's a great name. Check this out. You know, if they ever do a Dark Queen of Fire, I think this one would be stunning. Maybe a dragon. I don't know. I'm gonna put this one aside. This is, what is this? This is a 36 count linen. I may put this one aside just in case the Autumn Lane does do another Dark Queen. Dark Queen of Fire. This would be stunning, I think. And this was a one of a kind. It's a 32 count linen. It's a one of a kind, so it has no name. I think this is beautiful. It's kind of that screaming neon green and yellow, highlighter yellow, few other colors. I picked up a bunch of Halloween. Of course, I picked up a bunch of Halloween things because I like stitching Halloween things. And some of them are monochrome. It's just black. And I think this would be stunning for some of those. So anyways, that's some of the fabric I bought. We were in Vegas this weekend. My child and I went to visit a Stitcher's Paradise. We had way too much fun finding patterns. Even Michelle's patterns were there. I was very surprised to see that, but very pleased for her. We had a good time. They had a really, really nice selection. It's called Stitcher's Paradise in Las Vegas. Though I don't think it's in Las Vegas proper. Little shop, packed to the gills with wonderful things. They had lots of examples and samples and beautiful finishing. I don't know who their finisher is, but if you ever make it to Vegas and you're a stitcher, go to Stitcher's Paradise. We had a really good time looking at all of her stuff. She had a huge collection of fabric, patterns, threads. It was awesome. So I hope you all have a wonderful day and happy making.